Spencer, this is for you. You've built Patton Logistics into something truly incredible, and we're here to talk about what could be the next major step in that growth.
You said it yourself, and it's a principle we really admire. In the world of business, at the end of the day, you are judged by your results. It cuts through all the noise, and honestly, it's the foundation for this whole conversation.
And I mean, let's talk about your results. They're just undeniable. Taking a company from zero to over $100 million in under a decade, that's proof that you know how to deliver. So the real question isn't if you can deliver, it's what's next.
Okay, so Section 1, a founder's next challenge. When you've already mastered your core service, the next big hurdle is always about scaling growth in a new way.
Let's just frame the problem here. For a business like yours that already delivers, what is the next big challenge? You know, when your operations are running smoothly, that next engine for real scalable growth has to come from somewhere else.
We think it's all about finding a consistent, reliable stream of new opportunities. And we know you're already thinking about this. We've seen your job posts for business development reps out in Nashville and Indianapolis. You're looking for that person, right? Someone who can do the high-volume outreach, prospect new business, qualify the right leads, and get those crucial meetings on the calendar.
Which brings us to Section 2, the hiring dilemma. Because hiring for that role, well, you know it creates a ton of friction and can pull you out of focus.
On one side, the goal is simple, right? You want a BDR making calls, prospecting, and booking meetings. But on the other side, that's what you've called the thicker mud. It's the weeks or months it takes to hire, the salary and benefits, the ramp-up time, not to mention the risk of a bad hire. It's a process that can really slow a company down.
So, Section 3, a tool for growth, not a distraction. To cut through that mud, you don't need something else to manage. You need a tool that's built for one thing and one thing only: pure growth. You've talked about how entrepreneurs, and you're not wrong, often suffer from shiny syndrome. You know, chasing that new idea or that new piece of tech, only to get bogged down in the mud all over again. We totally get that. The last thing a founder needs is another complicated system to worry about.
And this is the critical point. The AI sales system we're talking about, it is not a shiny object. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's a focused, dedicated growth engine built to do one single job: start conversations and book meetings for Patton Logistics. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
You know, this approach really reminds us of your own story. At 14 years old, you were studying sophisticated options trading and you actually convinced Schwab to let you trade early. Why? Because you saw a leverage tool that could get you outsized results. This is the exact same principle. It's just applying that same smart thinking to your sales outreach today. Okay, Section 4, your automated sales engine. Let's dig into exactly how this leverage tool actually works.
The process is super simple and direct. First, it identifies the right decision makers for you, which saves a ton of time. Second, it sends personalized outreach to get that conversation started. Third, and this is so key, it follows up automatically, so no lead ever falls through the cracks. And finally, it books the qualified meetings right onto your team's calendar.
And look, this isn't some spray and pray thing. This is highly targeted. The system is designed to find the exact people you need to talk to: shipping coordinators, logistics managers, directors of operations, supply chain execs, basically anyone whose job it is to move freight and who needs a partner they can count on.
This really gets to the core of the problem in the logistics space, doesn't it? Companies don't fail because they can't do the work. They fail because they aren't talking to the right shippers consistently. This system is built to solve that one specific problem day in and day out. And we really mean it when we say this is a true done-for-you system. We know you value simplicity, so there are no dashboards to log into, no tech headaches to deal with, and no daily oversight needed from you. It just fills that business development gap, whether that's until you hire someone or instead of hiring someone. Okay, so last part, Section 5, the next step. Getting started with this is about as straightforward as it gets. It's a one-time setup fee of $1,500. For that, we build and launch your custom AI sales engine, and then it just runs every single day,
prospecting for you and booking qualified meetings. So, Spencer, if this sounds like that missing piece of the puzzle you've been looking for, that leveraged tool to get you consistent outreach, we can get this whole thing started for you this week. And that really just leaves one final thought. With this system up and running, you'll be talking to new, qualified prospects as soon as next month. The only question left is, what could those conversations be worth to Patton Logistics?